What had she expected? Looking across the table at Amelia's careful face and exquisitely coiffed hair, even at this hour of the morning, Vespasia wondered. She herself had merely piled hers up, but then hers was thick and heavy with natural waves, and she had always been beautiful. She knew all the arts, but seldom needed them. Perhaps she had taken too much for granted. That was a chill thought. She looked at Narraway, but as if following her earlier thought, his eyes were unmistakably on Iris. Was it by design that she wore that particularly rich shade, the one associated with the stately flower after which she was named? As one grew older, one remembered only the energy, the optimistic side of being young. Time removed many of the agonies of uncertainty, self-doubt, loneliness, and the confusion that can hurt so much. Maybe it was just as well. Age brought its own difficult pains. Georgiana Brent looked tense this morning, though maybe slightly better. Her bright hair was less jarring against the pale pink of her woolen dress. It was a fortunate choice. Vespasia would compliment her on it at an appropriate time. Amelia offered to show Iris some painting or other, and Iris accepted. She had little gracious choice, and it would be at least as interesting as any conversation was likely to be. Others left for duties or pleasures. Narraway excused himself, saying there were several books in the library he would like to look at. He smiled at Vespasia as he walked out of the room, but although he met her eyes, there was no communication in his glance. She felt almost dismissed, though she knew that was foolish. Victor was here for some purpose. He knew she understood that. I shall take a walk in the gardens. She rose from her chair gracefully. Even the little I have seen of them is inviting, and I doubt the weather will remain so pleasant for long. Shall we have a white Christmas, do you suppose? Rosalind said curiously. Hoarfrost, perhaps, Max replied. That can actually be more delicate than snow, and I think more interesting. I'm sure you know what I mean, Lady Vespasia. I do, and I should look forward to seeing it too, said Vespasia. Amelia's eyebrows rose high on her forehead. Are you interested in hoarfrost, Lady Vespasia? She sounded incredulous, as if it was some exotic and rather coarse taste. Yes, Vespasia said immediately. I find it more sophisticated than mere snow. How on earth did you know that, my dear? Amelia said to Max. Or is it inappropriate to ask? I keep forgetting you knew Vespasia before I did. She looked across at Vespasia. You have me by at least 10 years. Iris drew in her breath sharply, plainly seeing the intended cruelty in the remark. Vespasia hesitated only a moment. I have you by several things, my dear, she replied, but it would be unkind to mention them. And unkindness is so unattractive, don't you agree? So revealing of vulnerability. Iris choked, but covered it quickly. Her eyes wide. Max groaned, just audibly. Yes, Amelia said after a long moment, and it is so very aging. But I am sure you have discovered that. Vespasia was prepared. She let her eyes travel very slowly up and down Amelia's face and outfit. Oh, yes, she agreed with a smile. Words were unnecessary. She flicked her skirt away from the chair and walked out of the room, head high, as if she were a queen, and she did not look back. She heard a scuffle behind her and a patter of feet almost running. She was aware of Iris catching up with her down the long hallway. That was exquisite, Iris said with delight and respect. I am going to enjoy myself after all. Vespasia was amused and felt a quick rush of sympathy. You have not been expecting to? she asked with a smile. Iris smiled back.